Grand Rising. Happy Monday. I pray that everybody woke up in a positive, productive mindset today. If you didn't, I pray that your angels, ancestors, and spirit guides help you with that today. I also pray that the Most High clothes us in His armor from head to toe, that He strengthens our discernment and guides our steps as we go throughout this day. That being said, I'm here with the daily devotion for October 14th, 2024. Be prepared to suffer for me, in my name. All suffering has meaning in my kingdom. Pain and problems are opportunities to demonstrate your trust in me. Bearing your circumstances bravely, even thanking me for them, is one of the highest forms of praise. This sacrifice of thanksgiving rings golden-toned bells of joy throughout heavenly realms. On earth also, your patient suffering sends out ripples of good tidings in ever-widening circles. When suffering strikes, remember that I am sovereign and that I can bring good out of everything. Do not try to run from pain or hide from problems. Instead, accept adversity in my name, offering it up to me for my purposes. Thus, your suffering gains meaning and draws you closer to me. Joy emerges from the ashes of adversity through your trust and thankfulness. She references James chapter 1, verses 2 through 4, and Psalms 107, verses 21 and 22. Boy, that's a doozy. I say it all the time that it takes healing to be able to see the purpose in the pain. Sometimes it doesn't come soon enough. We want to understand. We don't understand. We want explanations. We want rhymes and reasons as to why. But a lot of times it takes us growing in other ways to understand that. Because, at least in my opinion, the pain that we go through directs us to what our purpose is. The journey that we go through of healing from the pain puts us on the path to our purpose. But I didn't understand that until I started healing. I didn't understand that until I was able to let go of the hurt. And that does require a lot of trust, not only in the Most High, but in yourself. Trust that you're doing the right thing. Trust that your faith will prevail. Trust that no matter what happens, you're going to become stronger through it. I say it often. It's on one of my cards. You never know how strong you are until you don't have a choice. There's so many people that go through so many circumstances where they've thought to themselves, I'm never going to make it through this. My life will never be the same. The best years of my life are over. We all think detrimental thoughts when we're in the heart of the pain, when we're in the thick of it. We can very easily get consumed by it. And our ancestors, spirit guides, the Most High, they don't want us to be consumed by pain. Because when we're consumed by the pain, we miss all the little subtle beauties that surround us. The little subtle opportunities that we have to turn that pain into some sort of purpose. Whether it's helping somebody go through what you've already gone through, whether it's teaching somebody to where they don't have to go through what you went through, whether it's sharing your story so that people can understand what it felt like to go through that. Or maybe so they can see that they're not alone in what they went through. You know, there's a lot of circumstances that I meet other people who have gone through, you know, sad situations. And I can honestly look at them and say, I have no idea what that feels like. But I sympathize with you anyways. You know, I want to help you feel better anyways. Maybe something that I've been through could shine a different perspective on that. But then there's other times where I can sit there and cry with them because I know through and through I can feel their pain because I've felt that pain before. And I say it so often. Sometimes when somebody is in the thick of it, sometimes all they need is somebody to understand. All they need is somebody to be there to say, I know what you're going through. I've been through this. I understand what it feels like. You know, and the example I always give is addiction. Just because it's a, you know, addiction, yes, once you dig deep into it, it is emotional, but you can get the baseline of it without getting emotions involved. I've been around addicts my whole life. I've dealt with addiction myself. Still dealing with it. Cannot kick the sugar addiction. God's helping me with that, you know. But nonetheless, when you're dealing with somebody that's in rehab, and you've got their counselor that's working with them, and that person has never dealt with addiction. They've never dealt with it physically, personally themselves. And, you know, they've never really dealt with it in their friends, family, loved ones circle. You know, they really don't know from experience what that's like. Everything they know has come out of a book. Well, now you look at that from the addict's perspective, and they're going to look at that counselor and say, that counselor's going to tell them, I know what you're going through. You know, we can get through this together, da 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 da. And that addict's going to laugh at them and say, you have no clue what I've been through. Because you can tell. You can tell based on the dialect, the type of conversation, the things that are said, the body language, the empathy. You can tell if somebody's been through what you've been through. They don't even have to tell you. You can feel whether they've been through it or not. And it's from an addict's perspective, they're going to laugh at that person and be like, no, you don't know what I've been through. Because there's no way you can understand unless you've been through it. Just like, you know, having a trigger warning. This example just popped in my head. I don't normally use this one, but like a miscarriage. Sure, I've been through some traumatic experiences with my son, but he's still alive. You know, me giving birth to him wasn't necessarily what I want. Didn't play out the way I wanted it to, but he made it. You know, it wasn't the beautiful ceremony I wanted it to be, but we made it. So, yes, I can understand the pain of, you know, wanting a child there with you and not having them there with you. But I can't understand the pain of a miscarriage. My heart goes out to anybody that's dealt with something like that. I can't imagine what that would feel like. I know it would be sad. And I can only imagine how hard it would be to overcome something like that. Because I know how hard it's been for me to overcome my son being taken from me. In the physical way, you know, he's still alive, so at least I have that hope. But somebody that's dealt with a miscarriage or just lost a child in general, it's a different kind of pain. You know? But even through all those circumstances, you can, even if it's something that you've never been through, you can be there for that person. You can teach them how to lay those burdens down. and how to not come to the Most High with doubt. We're not meant to understand everything that happens. But we are meant to say, Lord, I know there's a reason. Everything happens for a reason. I may not see that reason now. I may not understand why I'm going through this now, but I will understand it later. There was a video that I watched. I'm going to say this and then I'm going to go. There was a video that I watched a while back, and it was a preacher that was in a different country. I want to say he was in the Soviet Union, but I don't really remember where he was at. Nonetheless, he met this woman. All the women in her family had died at very young ages, and herself had never been able to have children. And he told her that there will be many children that call her mom, because she's going to end up being a foster mom or adopting children or working with children in some way, shape, or form. You know, sometimes there's reasons why. Sometimes, like in my situation, I said all that about her situation to say there's a reason why she didn't have children of her own. Because there's many children that are going to need her guidance and her love and her words. It's, even though we don't understand why, the longer we go, if we use whatever that situation is, I gave some pretty deep examples, but whatever that situation is, if each day we can just keep telling ourselves everything happens for a reason. And I talked about it the other day, and I were 12:12 on the timer. I really want to encourage people to investigate, internal investigation, find out how that's affecting you, what you can do, and then what you need to hand over. Send it on down the line. You know, let the angels, ancestors, spirit guides, the Most High, let them work on it. And they will. They'll send you signs. They'll send you comfort. They'll send you peace. They'll send you love. All those things to help you overcome whatever obstacles are coming with whatever situation you're dealing with. You know, there are people right now, which it happens all the time. It's only when it happens on such a grand scale that people actually pay attention to it. But they've lost everything. Everything. Cars, homes, phones, clothes, everything is gone. I'm sure that going through things like that make you question everything. But the whole purpose, I won't necessarily say the purpose of it, but a purpose that you can find out of it is to use that to grow closer to the Most High, to grow closer to the spirit realm. Pray to them, call out to them, and feel what they can do in your life. Because the more you feel it, the more you see it, the more you acknowledge it, the more you'll understand it. I struggle with explaining it sometimes. You know, I don't, like, I know how I process it in my mind, but I don't really know how to explain, to tell others how to process it, because we all process things differently. You know, some of us process things more emotionally, some of us process things more logically. And really, it's about having the balance of the two. And in the end, being able to hand it over and say, okay, I've done all I can do. God, it's your turn. You know, because that's what we're supposed to do. I don't ever remember it word for word, but the serenity prayer. Lord, grant me the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change, and the courage to change the things that I can. You know, it's as simple as that. Ask for signs. Ask for the spirit realm to talk to you. They will send you signs. They will speak, even if it's only to your heart. They will send messages to your heart to comfort you and try to help you understand. Okay, I'm almost out of time. As always, be grateful for what you have, the big, the small, and the blessings yet to come. If you see a need out there today, tomorrow, next week, if there's any possible way that you can fill that need, please do so. You may not only better their day, but you could possibly change their life, and you never know the impact it can have on yours. Be blessed, find peace, and I'll see you next time.